Hello Gemini, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista. This is your reading for the week of June 10th to 16th, 2019. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for watching today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can find out when your reading comes out next week. And this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So it takes a second for the cards to come in focus here, but bear with it. So in the physical column, we have the King of Cups. In the emotional, we have the Five of Wands. In the mental, we have the Seven of Swords. And in the spiritual, we have the King of Wands. So it looks like there has been some debate happening for you mentally and emotionally. There are some quarrels and conflicts happening that are perhaps having to do with deceiving yourself in terms of how you're thinking, and you're discovering that you have maybe been pulling the wool over your eyes and not wanting to see certain things. And I think that it is definitely connected to how your emotions affect you physically, and not wanting to be aware of that, and not wanting to have anything to do with that at all, and not wanting to interact with it. Perhaps it just seems messy and seems unnecessary and a bit complicated, and it's not something that you are really interested, or have not been really interested in delving into and allowing into your consciousness, and allowing to be part of how you move through the world. And you're really coming to a place of needing to find acceptance as far as that goes. And in order to move past what you feel is keeping you stuck, and what's holding you back, and keeping you in this place of debate and almost an emotional crisis, the way to move through that is to allow yourself to connect to your emotions physically, and allow yourself to question what's happening for you physically, and see how your emotions are involved. Because the emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical, it's all, I like to split them out and kind of get some clarity on what's happening, but they all interplay with each other, and they all move together, and when one shifts, the others tend to shift as well. And it can be something that seems overwhelming and seems very complicated to learn, but as we gain more confidence with it and we become more open to it, it actually becomes a beautiful interplay, and it really can help us work through some things and to understand really what's happening for us in ways that we were not able to understand it before. And with this King of Wands here, I see a real mastery over your passions, and a real connection to your own fire and what drives you and burns within you. But I see a real disconnect from it physically, and this, allowing this to connect for you physically, will bring huge freedom, and will allow this. It's almost like there's a candle burning right now, but it could be a bonfire, and not allowing yourself to see things and to see those connections and that interplay is holding it back from really burning in the way that it's capable of, and really allowing you to become the whole person that you truly are. And this is not a judgment, and this is not a harsh statement at all. We all do this to some extent at different times in our lives and with different things, and it's a very natural, normal thing to do, because it's probably something that we're doing because we're trying to keep ourselves safe and trying to protect ourselves. And really, you may feel like you need to protect yourself from yourself when our different sub-personalities and our different defenses have come into play and are really having the floor, and are the voices that are in the forefront. That can seem very much like we're not a safe place for ourselves. But as we learn to cope with them, and we learn to really understand where they're coming from, and as we learn to integrate that shadow side of ourselves, it becomes much easier to be open to feedback that is also positive, and feedback that has a wider range than what those defenses have, because those defenses are meant to keep us small and to keep us quiet and to keep us in line, and not take risks and to not move out beyond our own comfort zone. And it really looks like you're being called to move out of your comfort zone right now, and that's maybe something that you're hesitant to do. But what I see here is that it's not a completely new learning curve for you. This is something that you have mastery over. You're just being asked to apply it in a different way. You are very comfortable with your emotions and with moving through your emotions, but it's a new thing to be experiencing those emotions physically. And you might really want to be paying attention to your dreams as you move through this process. They might have some good information for you, some good clues to understand where this is coming from and what's going on here, and to help you learn to let that go and to put those critical thoughts that cause you to stay small, to put those aside and allow, and to come to a place where you're comfortable, and allowing them to dissipate and to see what's beyond that. I really hope that this has resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you watching, and please leave me a comment below. I would absolutely love to hear from you. If you would like a bit more clarity on what's happening specific to you personally in a way that it's hard to get with a general reading, go ahead and click the link to my website, which is in the description box below, and I can get started on a personalized reading for you. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.